And I'm sure you're wondering, Tarini, what are your qualifications? They're very little. I've gotten A's. I just get good grades in my English class and I enjoy reading, so those are my qualifications. And I have taste. Big three qualifications. I'm just gonna give y'all some light summer reads, you know, boost those literacy rates. You're welcome, government. But yeah, you know, single-handedly boost that. Boom. First book, because it is still Pride Month, it is not yet July. We still have a good 12 hours. First one is We Are Okay by Nina LaCour. I read this freshman year of high school, and it's a really good book, despite it being in the winter. It feels like summer, I promise. It warms your inside, so it's technically summer, you know. This follows Marin as she goes back to her college to stay over in her dorm during winter break, and this is following a really tragic summer for her that we discover through as we read. And as she's spending her time at college during the winter, nobody's staying over for the break. She's visited by her best friend Mabel. She kind of has to unpack what has happened to her this past summer. I'm just gonna read the back because I feel like it's a pretty good, an intimate whisper that packs an indelible punch. This gorgeously crafted and achingly honest portrayal of grief will leave you urgent to reach across any distance to reconnect with the people you love. And I feel like that's a really good, tagline for this book. It really is about reaching out to people and being there for them when they're going through hard times, and it's about grief and how to get through that when there's so much other there's so many other things that life is throwing at you and that you have to, you know, get through. So I feel like that's a really good book. It's pretty dope. Y'all should read it, and it's pretty light. It's like what okay, there's no page number. Wait, no, yes there is. I'm just stupid. It's like 250, I'd say. 250 pages, not bad, very light. Everyone should read it because it's good and it's gay, so. But yeah, next is, I'm sure y'all have seen this one, is My Brilliant Friend by Elena Ferrante. So this is like an Italian novel, and it follows our main character, Elena, and they're growing up in Naples, Italy, and this is kind of after the war, post-war. So it is really realistic. I'm gonna tell you, this took me a whole year to read, a whole year in school, and my friends even made fun of me. They're like, you're still reading that book? I'm like, yes, it's long, it's slow, yes. So it does take a while to get through unless you read fast or whatever, or you're really hooked into it. It took me a while to get through, but I think it was worth it. It's a really good portrayal of female friendships. I think this is the best female friendships, the jealousy, the admiration, the love, the companionship, the wishing for the best for each other, but also wishing I wish we could go everywhere together, and you're leaving me here, but I want to come with you. You know what I mean? It's just a very complex portrayal and exploration of female friendships, and I love it. It's good. It's kind of a bit to get through, I will say. This took me a whole year to read, and all my friends were like, you're still reading that book? And I'm like, yes, I am. But the payoff is worth it, I would say. Definitely, if you read fast or it's gripping to you, you might get through it faster. It took a while for me to get through, but I don't regret it. I did pick up the second book to read as well, so it's not something I didn't like, but it was sometimes kind of a chore to get through. I won't lie to you guys, but this is the summer read. Definitely give it a chance, please. So our next book is Our Share of Night by Mariana Enriquez. And if you're in book talk, you kind of know her. She wrote The Dangers of Smoking in Bed. She's a Latin American author. This is a translated novel from Spanish. So I will be honest, I haven't finished this, but can we be serious? This is a third of my face, 700 pages. Please have mercy on me. But it's good enough that I'm gonna wreck it before I finish it because I think it's good. It follows a father and son. Juan is the father, Gaspar is the son, and after their wife and mother respectively, Rosario, dies, it follows them as they're trying to escape the cult that is after them, because Juan and Rosario are part of this cult called the Order. Rosario is born into this cult. Juan is he's brought into it because he's a medium, so he can channel the spirit that the cult kind of reveres and is praying to. He can channel that spirit and he can communicate with it and bring it forth into the living realm. So he's brought into the cult. They get married, they have a son. Rosario dies, Juan is like, I don't want this for my son. So he doesn't want Gaspar part of the cult. He doesn't want his son to follow his path. He does not want any of that for his son. So Juan is like actively trying to get his son away from the cult, but the cult is after him. So it follows them as they go through Argentina in the 1960s, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 1960s, which is during the military regime, which genuinely, if you haven't done any research about it, I would do a little bit before you go into this book, because I feel like a lot of the way the cult operates kind of is parallel to the political happenings in Argentina at the time. So I would definitely do some research before you read this book about that. But still, so it happens during that time, and they're just running away from the cult, and you know, you get to see what happens, you know. I would say it's a slow read, but definitely worth it. Some of the parts go really fast and you're like, well, I want to keep reading. Some of them drag a little bit, but it is a slow burn, so I feel like that's expected. But yeah, definitely give this a chance. Like, it is so good. I am like almost halfway through. Like, I'm getting there, guys. I promise. I promise. I was originally interested in it because I had watched a movie for my film class called The Secret Agent. It was up for an Oscar. And then I also watched I'm Still Here, and both of those touch on the military regime in Brazil at the time. And I thought it was interesting that Argentina and Brazil kind of had the same like kind of things happening. They both had people that the military was just picking up off the streets and like disappearing. And I think that's really interesting that it's happening in both countries kind of around the same time period as well. So yeah, that is kind of what motivated me to pick this book up, and I'm really happy I did because it's good. My last book isn't even really a book, it's a manga. This one is Blue Flag. I freaking love this manga. Like, this is one of my all-time favorites. It's so good. And this one is gay and is summer, so it's everything I advertised to you guys, except it's not a novel, so I lied actually. So this one, the ending, wait, I've never whistled before. Okay, we're done. This one, the ending, kind of lackluster, I won't lie to you guys, but don't let it deter you from picking this up because it's really good. I didn't plan on picking this up. I just was like, oh shoot, it looks cool. I really like the covers. Let me read it. It's beautiful. I love everything except the ending. But this follows Taichi, and it's kind of like a love triangle that everybody needed. That it's a true love triangle wherein somebody's gay. So basically it's Taichi, and he has a crush on his friend named Futaba, and Futaba comes to him and he's like, hey, and she's like, hey, can I get some help confessing to your best friend? Poor guy. But he has like a raging crush on this girl, but he helps her confess to his best friend, but his best friend has a crush on him. And then the girl's, Futaba's best friend, I forgot her name, but Futaba's best friend has a crush on her. So it's kind of like a love triangle square thing wherein nobody likes the person that they think they're liking and stuff. So really interesting. I think it really does a really good job of exploring like sexuality. It's coming of age, like homophobia, accepting yourself, self-discovery, all the good stuff. The art's really pretty. There's some cute moments. I really love it, so please read it. Okay, that's all. I'm trying to read more this summer, so hopefully I can do that.